Wanted to make this video going over how to find dropshipping suppliers for either your Amazon business or any business. And in this video, I actually have another video on this channel that I go over the 2 suppliers that I use, even though I'm kind of starting to move away from Walmart more because of all the issues that us Amazon dropshippers have been having with Walmart and DoorDash and getting dropshipping reviews. We think just having the word Walmart in the message is triggering it, or a review. And there's a video on this channel that talks about the other supplier, well, Walmart and the other supplier that I use. But I wanted to make a video going over how to find dropshipping suppliers. And not so much how to find them, but what to be aware of when you work with a dropshipping supplier. Because the last thing that we want to do is find a dropshipping supplier, go through their items, start listing all their items, start selling a bunch of their items, and then running into issues with the suppliers. So in this video, I want to go over 3 things that a good dropshipping supplier should have, whether it's a retailer or it's like an actual legitimate dropshipper. And you can find these, by the way, just Google it. You just Google, good dropshipping suppliers. Generally, you can get a list of them. I want to share with you what to be aware of so you don't waste time starting with a dropshipping supplier that actually shouldn't be worth it. There's only 3 things. The first thing is it'd be good if the dropshipping supplier has items that people don't really know the price of. So like an iPhone, right? People generally know the cost of an iPhone. An iPhone costs this much. An OtterBox for an iPhone generally costs maybe $50, right? 50 or $60. So if we had like an OtterBox and we listed it for $220 for, an iPhone 8 Plus, not even talking about the 12 Pro Maxes, but let's say an iPhone 8 Plus, it's probably not going to sell because most people that are, that would be looking for something like that know, an OtterBox doesn't really go for that much. That seems a little bit too overpriced. So we want to go over items that people don't generally know the price of. These are things like furniture, chairs, shelves, office stuff, carpets, things like this, right? Like that chair I got back there, right? The chair that I got, right there, okay, right there. That chair back there, how much would that cost? Most people, including me, wouldn't know, that chair should only sell between $70 and $80. Is it 50? You could buy that for $40. You might be able to buy it for $150, $200. We don't really know. So items like that are nice because we can kind of mark the price up, and people don't really, there's not really a thing in their mind of like, this is what it should be. The same thing with the carpet. If we get a carpet, it's like a carpet. Now, maybe there's some people that know, okay, this is the price of a carpet, but if it's a good looking carpet, maybe it's $50, maybe it's $70, maybe it's $120, right? I don't really know. Compared to maybe shoes, right? Shoes, generally people kind of know the price of shoes. Like, think about it. If you're watching this video, how much should the average carpet cost? Or the average rug? Not carpet, but rug. What would the average rug or carpet? The thing that goes, not the rug, sorry. How much would the average rug cost? Oh, all right, we don't 100% know. How much would a shoe cost? Well, we know that shoes at the mall cost about this much. Shoes from these companies cost about this much. I know that shoes from Walmart cost about this much. So I kind of know what the price of shoes are. So the first thing is we want to find drop shipping where they have items that people generally don't kind of know the price of. That's why like rugs and outside furniture and, a dog bed. A dog bed could be $30. A dog bed could be $15. Items kind of like that. The second thing is having a good return policy. So a lot of people don't think about this, but we have to be aware of the return policy from the dropshipper. Because Amazon generally has a 30-day no questions asked return policy. So what happens if you find a dropshipper and they got great items and they meet criteria number 1, and they got all these items, people don't know the price of, right? And you start selling a bunch of them, and you get someone that's bought the item from you, and they've had the item for 2 weeks, and they message you on Amazon, they say, hey, I got the item, I don't really want it, I'd like to return it. It's Amazon. You don't need a reason to return the item. You can return it for whatever reason. Amazon says, hey, listen, the buyer bought this item. They've had it for 14 days. You got to take the item back. You go to your dropshipper You say, hey, I'd like to return the item. And the dropshipper says, well, if you read the terms of service that we have, it says that we have a 7-day return policy. It's past the 7 days, we're not going to take it back. At that point, you would have to take it back. You would basically have to take it back and eat the cost. Maybe you'd sell it on eBay to try to make a little bit of money, get some of your money back. You try to sell it on Craigslist. I don't know. It could be a big pain. So having a good return policy. It would also probably be nice if the people you're drop shipping from, if they paid for returns, right? So if they had like let's say a 3-month return policy, and then on top of that, they paid for returns, then it'd be great. Because then if the customers had the item for, let's say, 14 days and they message you, you can contact your person you're drop shipping from. You could get a return label for free, send it to the customer. Customer packages up the item. They ship it back to the drop shipper. The drop shipper gets the item back in their warehouse. They refund you. You refund the customer. All is right in the world, and you haven't lost any money, right? If they charge $50 or 25% restocking fee for any return items, that could eat into your profits. Now, I'm not saying maybe there's certain situations where that'd be good, but ideally, if I could find a drop shipper that's got a long return policy and all the returns are free and they don't charge a restocking fee, that'd be nice because then I'm not losing any money on returns. Number 3 is that we can order many products without an issue. So I've heard of some people using certain retailers where, like certain retailers like Walmart or Home Depot, you can order a gazillion products and generally they don't care. Sometimes if they have restrictions, they might cancel orders, but generally from just my experience, I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning as I go. I'm still running into problems myself. But generally from what I've seen is that those places, like Home Depot and Walmart, you can order a bunch of the same item. They don't really care. They'll ship it out, no problem. The last thing I would want to do is say, you know what? There's this new company. They got good items, good prices, good return policy. I'm going to start drop shipping from them. You list 100 of their items, and you start selling a bunch of them. And there's many of those items you're selling 2, 3, 4, 5 a day. And then you start ordering, and all those items, and the orders keep getting canceled. And then you contact the company, and they say, oh, well, we have on all of our products a minimum order, a max order, where you can only order 2 of the same product every 7 days. Why is that? Oh, well, we don't really like drop shippers, and we figure that people that are doing this are drop shipping, so that's one of the rules that we have. Well, it would be good to be aware of that before we decide to invest time making an account with that supplier, starting a relationship with them, listing their products and selling them before we run into any issues. I want to make sure that if I start selling a lot of the same product or a lot of products, I can process those items on the account. So I can buy a lot of items without issue, and I can process a lot of orders. I've had it on my accounts where sometimes I'm processing 30, 40, 50, 60 orders in a day without issue. That's another thing to be aware of. The supplier, the person that we're going to drop ship from, not just having a restriction on a certain number or on the max amount on having a max amount of certain items we can order in a period of time, but also just being able to order a lot of different items at once in a day on our account. Some companies, they don't like that, right? You start processing more than 5 to 10 orders a day, especially if you're sending them to different addresses. A lot of time they'll cancel them. So it's finding different companies, guys, that'll drop ship is not actually too hard. It's finding companies that meets these criteria, so you're listing items that have a good chance of getting sold. They have a good return policy. You can order many products of either the same product or just a bunch of different products or a combination of both of those in account at once without issue. It's kind of being able to do that and be aware of that and be able to do that successfully without running into issue. So that's what I got for you guys. If you guys get any questions about this, feel free to let me know in the comments. Also in the comments, if you haven't already, there's a link you can click. You can join our free Facebook mastermind group where we connect and share ideas and bounce ideas off each other. So if you're serious about, drop shipping or drop shipping on Amazon, it is a very good group to be in, and it is 100% free. My name is Aaron Goldston. Have a good day.